Oh, Girlypop is your favorite Mega Evolution. I feel like the DLC is going to be adding more Pokemon and more Mega Evolutions other than what we've seen so far. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that this is part 1, but part 1 is gonna be quite big. And when we get to part 2, it might be a shorter video, but there will be some conversation to be had about the new stuff that we see, if we see it. Yeah, so this is part 1. Okay, that's better. This is part 1. Literally, as I'm finishing up this video, Pokemon just put out another trailer for the DLC. We're not going to get into the weeds with the DLC. That will be part 2. But trust and believe, there's a lot to talk about in part 1. So stick around and subscribe and smash the like button. But today we're going to be talking about how Girlypop, the Mega Evolution Pokédex of Pokemon Legends is. And call me crazy, call me delusional, but I do think that my opinion holds some weight at this point because I don't know if y'all saw it, but I think they put me in the game. That's literally me. With the Dragonair and everything, the unevolved Dragonair. The fact that that character was involved in a battle sequence involving Jason, and they also had a unevolved Dragonair. Pokemon, if you're watching, send me an email. I have a lot of ideas. All jokes aside, I'm really excited to get into this video. For people who are new here, I'm going to be putting these Pokemon on my Girlypop tier list. If a Pokemon lands in Mother, they are really showing 120% of what Mega Evolutions could be from a Girlypop perspective. They're pushing the envelope. They are showing us just how far that horizon goes. For Pokemon that lands in Girlypop, these are Pokemon that are solidly within the aesthetic. They are solidly within the vibe, or they give a serve that makes them stand out enough that us Girlypops can't help but like run them, can't help but put them on our team, can't help but give them a little bit of love. Pokemon that lands in okay are Pokemon that can be like either or. They could definitely be Girlypop, but they also have some versatility that could put them into other aesthetics, other bubbles of popologies that may not necessarily be Girlypop. This is also a place and a lane for Pokemon that just don't go enough into Girlypop. Pokemon that are in looks around, okay, it's like maybe there's a little bit of potential. Maybe there's somebody watching this video right now who considers themselves a Girlypop who that's just their baby, and I'm gonna give them just a little petal of a flower. Pokemon that land in Skip are, well, there's nothing to talk about really on this side of the internet. Let's figure out just how Girlypop, the Mega Evolution Pokédex of Legends is. First one up, the first one to start the conversation, the first one to make our ears perk up, Meganium.
Thank you guys. I will never be able to repay you for the kindness you've shown me in here. Besties for life, I say.
Overload. You're in the new game.
Later, losers.
You know, I think that we need to pause and realize that at this point, us collectively, everybody on the internet, we all collectively kind of have the attention span of maybe 2 seconds. So the fact that she kind of debuted way before the game came out, I feel like a lot of us have forgotten how much this slays. The thing is like, we knew that this would happen. Chikorita, of all the starters to be leading the pack, was really telling us what the vibe was going to be for Legenza, and let me tell you, she was completely right. This was a premonition. This was a foreshadowing. This was a future sight. I'm gonna say that Meganium is Mother. Get into the leg details. Now, some manic twink did actually try to leak this to me in my DMs, and I like quickly averted my eyes. I knew like a little bit of the silhouette, but I didn't really get to see it until I got into the game. And the first thing that I really noticed, other than the big sort of statement piece on the neck, is the cute little bell bottoms. I think that that is such a nice touch, such a Girlypop touch. It's the little details, and then the little swirly antennas. It just made it a little bit more. So since we're talking about the starters, I think that Emboar came in last place. This is not a bad thing because I think that all the starters were fun. This concept is really sickening, but in the Girlypop conversation, I think it's in last place. There's nothing really in the performance factor that really brings it there for me. Great animations, great performance, great look, and I also really love the Tepig line. I think this is great for the Tepig line, but I'm going to say that Emboar is okay. Then Mega Feraligatr, is the one that got in second place. To me, out of the three, Feraligatr is a really great example as to why I like to see things in game before I pass judgment. Because yeah, the silhouette is literally crazy. Like, what is this? It looks wild. When you see it in game, you're like, what is this? But what's really fun is this moment here. Performance. That's fun. He turns himself into a bigger version of Totodile, and Totodile is such a cutie pie. As you know, I try not to focus too much on the shinies, but this is one of those Pokemon. Mega shiny Feraligatr in a dive ball. Get into it. And I already know that the comment section is about to pop off this early on in the video. Girlypop. Mega Beedrill. Old one. Oldie, but it's not a baddie. Now that we have a new installment of Mega Evolutions, and I know that there's going to be more, because there are some that have been confirmed or have been in past games that have not been put in the game yet, so I'm sure that there's going to be a DLC moment. But now that the Mega Evolution Dex is becoming this big, I feel like it's really adjusting how I see some of the Pokemon. And Mega Beedrill is part of that sort of like line of bug Mega Evolutions that all look like robots. They all look like crazy like kaiju warriors. I like Mega Beedrill, but I don't think that it's Girlypop. Like, this conversation has gotten really dense now. I'm glad that I did not make a Mega Evolution video until Legends came out. I didn't know that Legenza was coming out, but I'm glad that I waited because this is a whole new context. That being said, I'm gonna put Mega Beedrill in looks around. I just think that we have bigger examples of what a Girlypop Mega Evolution looks like, especially now with this new sort of batch that we've gotten. Mega Pidgeot has always been cool to me with the ponytail moment, and I think that we have talked about her ponytail before in a past video. You know, what's cool about Legenza is we're really getting to see some of these Pokemon in a new light. I've always thought that Mega Pidgeot looked kind of boo-boo dumb in the turn-based 3DS moment where she's kind of just sitting there, but like seeing her in motion, it is so fierce. I love the eyeliner. We've talked about the eyeliner. We've talked about the ponytail. I really do think that Legenza is kind of Pidgeot's like all-stars moment, and she really is like a season 1 girly. So it's really impressive to see her having already done a Mega Evolution, not doing really anything new here, having like a light be shined on her. Maybe I'm being a little bit too confident. I'm sorry. Okay, so if you see people logging on, I literally have like a bunch of Girlypops logging in and out of all these video games. If y'all see them, just ignore them. If you see yourself up there, I'm sorry, you're on my video now. What I was saying was, it's really interesting that the vibe of this has shifted for Pidgeot. I think that there's some Girlypops out there who get it. I think that she's giving Girlypop. It's like fierce, it's very natural. You know, like Meganium is a nature girly, but she's giving more fairy, whereas Pidgeot is really giving like Generation 1 bird. It's very natural, it's very analog, it's very toned down, it's very indie, but it's like fierce and interesting still with the long ponytail and the sickening eyeliner. So Mega Ampharos was one of the girls. I feel like in a past video, we've already given Mega Ampharos her flowers. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3 moment, but let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Mega Ampharos, 1, 2, 3.
Mother.
So let's talk about her though. In the build up to Legenza, there were certain Pokemon that we were like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to have an all-stars moment. I can't wait to come back and tread the grounds of the Mega Evolution narrative and journey, the construction of my team around the Mega Evolution concept with the new battle concepts. How are those things going to dictate the final 6 for my cleared save file, you know? And Mega Ampharos was immediately one of the ones that had us excited. The hair, the fact that she sort of transcends into a dragon type, and she really is like one of the only dragon types to look this way. Like Gudra's another girl who's kind of doing the same silhouette, but she doesn't have a Mega Evolution, and I do think that she might get one in the DLC, but I'm not going to digress. She's a really cool dragon. This is like a sort of exclusive moment. When I see her in the 3D of it all, like I come to a new appreciation to how she looks. Like, isn't the headpiece like so cool? The little antennas coming out, but they're like a little bit swirly at the end with the little pom-poms and stuff like that. What a fun girly pop Pokemon. Moving on. For the amount of people who love Gyarados, for the amount of Gyarados representation that I've been seeing online, for the fact that Mega Gyarados became an ace Mega Evolution for one of the principal trainers. Don't get me wrong, I love seafood, but on debut, Mega Gyarados was not giving Girlypop. And the high fidelity of it all, the added polygons, the added animations. I'm over it. That's a skip. Mega Barbaracle. All right, so we're getting back to a newer one. This is gonna throw some people off. The thing about Mega Barbaracle is I feel like she's one of the girls that on the Girlypop side, and we like concept, you know, we like an underdog. We like something that's out of the ordinary. And I feel like a lot of the times, even on the Girlypop side of the internet, Barbaracle gets paid dust. And what I like about this is she said, I don't need fans as long as I have the concept in my heart. I'll be real. When this showed up, and I played this game spoiler free, I got to sort of experience the sequencing of how they wanted to reveal the Mega Evolutions as they came. This was a total surprise to me.
Whoa. That is that's kind of cool.
And when she came out and she gave, let me lower my standing desk. There's a confidence to this. There's an aura to this. There's an eeriness to this. Mega Barbaracle said, oh, you thought I was silly, stupid, goofy. Well, I kind of still am, but that doesn't mean I'm not versatile. Because it's like a wig reveal or like a costume change or something. You know, like when a drag queen does a costume change, or when Lady Gaga goes backstage for 30 seconds and then she comes out and she's wearing like a bobblehead or something. That's kind of like what the Mega Evolutions felt like in the Rogue Mega Evolution battles. I want to give it credit because it's a little bit horror. And now so deep into me making these things and talking with so many different people, it's like I can give credit to horror, and there's like a horror popology to it. And the Girlypops do have some crossover, but I do think that Mega Barbaracle isn't giving cutesy enough. It is giving model. It's giving that fierceness, like a little bit of what we saw with Pidgeot. But I'm gonna have to say that it's okay. A lot of flowers to this though, because I thought that this was a serve. Okay, how do we start this one? So the girls are in psychosis. Its movements have simply become more human-like. Whether it's simply trying to communicate or wants to supplant humanity is unclear. So there's three things right now in the zeitgeist that have got the girls in psychosis. The economy, AI, Mega Starmie. So I know that there's references here. And I know that somebody is already click-clacking away at what that reference is. Did you know that this was a reference to... Stop! We know. I know that they just made her legs longer. And I know that that can be kind of seen as a joke. And I know that somebody is click-clacking away. Well, Pokemon should be canceled. Well, we should all just... Stop! We've heard the conversation already. I'm not here to tell anybody that they should like or dislike things. I'm trying to objectively view this as a cultural piece. Them adding Mega Starmie into the pantheon of the Pokédex in the category of the now ever-growing Mega Evolution moment, I thought that it was funny. I also thought that it was a little bit gaggy. You know, when you think about the sequencing of how they... When you think about the sequencing of how they revealed Mega Evolution or Mega Evolution or Mega Evolution, it was like, we got like biblically accurate angelic eels, we got rock gods, we got a lot of crazy things, and then Mega Starmie says, what if I made my legs longer? What if I just made my legs longer? That with the Pokédex entry, and then with the general response.
Here comes the hurricane, bitch. 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 Here.
We can all say this in unison. 1, 2, 3. Mother. And you know what? Sometimes to be the moment, you have to start a conversation. And there is a conversation being had. There's a conversation being had right now. I can hear the click-clacking of a think piece on why Mega Starmie did or did not eat, and somebody almost just pressed enter. I'm here to tell you now, press enter. I like the engagement, and I think Mega Starmie does too. Mega Floette. Now this might be a little bit surprising. Flowers to this. You know, pun intended too. Of all of the Pokemon, and this is why I'm saying that Legenza has a different energy to it. Out of all the Pokemon to break the mold, out of all the Pokemon to break the rules, because the rule is third evolution's final stages get the Mega Evolution. Out of all of them to break it, it's Mega Floette. Out of all of Kalos, out of the entire Pokédex, the little flower umbrella girl
Pop culture
gets to have the special narrative Mega Evolution. That feels girly pop to me. This is what Tyra Banks meant in America's Next Top Model when she was yelling at all of those like 19, 20-year-old girls. Mega Floette is doing it. She's holding on to her umbrella, hand on her chest, floating, looking off. Like, it's just, oh, this is theater.
Sometimes your best friend can be an inanimate object.
And you know what? I'm scared to put her any lower than Mother because at the beginning of the game, I don't know if y'all saw the same Light of Ruin, I do not want to be on her bad side. Mega Pyroar. So somebody has to be in last place for the new batch of girlies. There's one thing, one animation though, that looks like this one moment that Beyonce did. I'll just show you. Skip to me. It is, yeah. Mega Clefable. Another girl that's starting conversations, maybe not as hard as Mega Starmie. Heavy is the head of Clefable. Not only because of the design, but this is a Pokemon that holds a lot of weight, especially for us, especially for people who click this video, especially for people who subscribe to me who've been waiting on this conversation. This is a huge Pokemon to us. To me personally, having Mega Clefable finally get a gimmick form after they've been doing gimmick forms for like over 10 years, I'm happy to finally see her get her moment. I actually like this look. I like the beret. I like the funny little floaty thingy. I like the pigtails. And even with how she sort of like holds herself and is just like super bouncy and cutesy, this is giving like magical girl familiar. You know how like witches like typically have a familiar like the black cat or something like that? Magical girls are kind of like a campy anime version sometimes of a witch. Like you see that in like Sailor Moon with the cats and things like that. But this is like pre-cure sort of ultra kawaii cutesy familiar where it almost starts turning into something that looks unrecognizable. Now, you know, some people are not gonna like that, but I live and I love it. This is a mother to me. It really is. It's the moment. I like it. Mega Alakazam. It's always been a cool one. Ever since it debuted, we've always liked it. It's not necessarily like fully girly pop, but it is like fierce. Like, I can see like a fun girly pop like using it in a very whimsical way, especially with like the spoons. Like it can be kind of cute. Like this is a strong okay. This is a strong okay. Mega Gengar is the reason why I've always said that Mega Clefable needs to happen, or like a Clefable gimmick needs to happen.
Game Freak has never confirmed it, but their resemblance is striking.
And, you know, the design has like sort of diverted from those like original prototypes that had happened like 30 years ago. But I've always felt like Clefable always represented that sort of like high femme, high cute, kawaii moments that Gengar kind of represents too in like a darker way. And I've always loved Mega Gengar. Honestly, like Mega Gengar to me has always been girly pop. I've always loved Mega Gengar. I think it's cute. Mega Scolipede is kind of cunsy to me. I've never really been into Scolipede, but as I've been doing this thing and like having conversations and talking to so many different people now, by the way, thank y'all so much for almost 20,000 followers on Instagram. Wow, like the girls just keep finding me and giving me their input, and I get it. Like there's a lot of people who engage with my content who like Mega Scolipede, and they've given me their perspective, and I've really started to see it. I think it's just like the light purple being added on top, and then like it has like a really fierce stance too. This is fun. Like this is like horse girl realness to me, like campy horse girl. Girlypop. Mega Victreebel. Okay, so there's so many different things to talk about when it comes to Legenza. There's a lot of different layers to what feels like a Pokemon All-Stars season. You know, like some girls are coming back. Some girls are bringing their best drag in. And during the trailer era, the marketing era, the build-up era, she took this by the horns. Received so well in the zeitgeist, in the culture. 1, 2, 3. Mother, Medicham. In Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, having Medicham be part of Team Charm, but be like the quiet one, the more reserved one, it's always felt like Medicham has held that space. Mega Medicham has versatility in her aesthetic. She can do other aesthetics that are not Girlypop. Now, Mega Medicham, to me, probably has some of the coolest animations when you're actually in battle. And I want to get a shiny one and train it just so I can have one on my team and sort of build a team around it. So all that to say, Mega Medicham is Girlypop. Why, of all the Pokemon, did they choose Manectric to give a Mega Evolution? That was the first question that had happened when Mega Evolutions first came out and when she first debuted. But with that being said, I do think her color scheme has always been really cool. It's a slight improvement to me. I'm gonna say that Mega Manectric is okay. So Mega Gardevoir. I wanna stop here and say this. What is with the bloodthirst of wanting to dethrone Gardevoir? Yes, she's one of the girls who is like so popular now. She's sort of creeping into that like sort of Pikachu Eevee territory where she's going to be talked about every single generation. But isn't that the representation that we want? She's the mother of this conversation. She always has been. She probably always will be. I didn't run her because there was an energy, what with the debut of Chikorita, what with the energy that Victreebel was giving, I was like, there's going to be an adventure here, and I want to leave an open space for other girls to sort of show what they can give in this journey, in this adventure. And what really solidified that decision for me was in the narrative, her and Gallade come in to sort of give like a little cameo moment, you know? And that sort of really helps me to understand where Gardevoir is. She's done what she's needed to do. She has helped to open the doors for the Girlypop conversation. And her and Gallade are going to do cameos. They're going to be very well paid. They're going to always be there for us when we need a new adventure. We're going to always be able to shiny hunt them and catch them and have one. I will definitely be having one and training one, right? It's like, that's what makes her so mother, is the fact that she knows that she's done what she needs to do and other girls can come and put themselves into mother, but she's always going to be Gardevoir. 1, 2, 3, mother. And when it comes to Gallade, I honestly think that Gallade is putting itself into mother as well. Like, Girlypop is becoming so well understood, and I think Gallade is just like a perfect complement to the Gardevoir moment. And I think that he looks, or she looks, or they look so sickening in this game. Like, this is such a cool I honestly want a Gallade before I make a Gardevoir. I'm gonna have to do both, but I might train a Gallade first because I normally don't ever do Gallade, but doesn't it look cool now? Like, yeah, that's mother as well. I've given Houndoom a lot of flowers, and I do like Houndoom a lot, but I do think that this conversation has left her a little bit. I don't know where I've previously put her, maybe mother, maybe Girlypop, but I do think that like now, what with how broad and how much bigger this Mega Pokédex is becoming, I think Mega Houndoom isn't okay. You know, what's interesting is Altaria is another one where it's kind of like, oh, I was so excited to see her, and she's one of the girls who sold copies, but she's kind of like getting herself in the middle of the pack. The category is Mega Evolution. We have so many examples of what mothering is that I feel like she's kind of just like a daughter of it. I'm gonna put Mega Altaria in Girlypop. So I had a Mega Audino named Melody, who was basically with me the entire story, and I kind of want to put her in mother. Let's look at the tier list, right? We have like Fairy Cottagecore with Meganium, Dragon with Ampharos, model-esque but kind of funny, goofy, sarcastic but still cunty with Starmie, Floette giving narrative, Mega Clefable giving like Precure, Victreebel giving also comedy queen but in a different way, Gardevoir and Gallade giving Legends of the House. I feel like, well, now that I say that, you know, she's in the magical girl category. She's kind of looking like a Precure girly, but I don't know, maybe I'm just biased about that. That's mother to me. In the build up to this, I do think that like the Lopunny conversation was starting to, I was worried about her. That's what I'm going to say. I was worried about Lopunny. But she sits in a really fun spot in this game because she's like a physical attacker with a kit that really makes her stand out. You know, the way that she's expressed in the game is very new to me. She's always had like the same moves that she can learn, but in this battle space, she really sort of puts herself into a specialty that keeps her relevant, that keeps her fresh. I'm gonna say that Mega Lopunny is mother. Now, I don't know if Mega Banette came before or after Gengar, or when she came in as a Ghost Girly Mega Evolution, but I do think that Mega Banette is one of the blueprints. This is one of the coolest ghost types, regardless of the form, regardless of the stage, regardless of anything. In the ghost type category, she is mothering. And I think that she brings like, look at what we've ranked so far, from skip to mother. She stands alone. Mega Banette is mother. I actually ran a camera up until like maybe like the last few battles. Like he made it to almost endgame. His name was Wonka.
Wonka!
You know, when you're running a Pokemon sort of run and you're a Girlypop, sometimes you like to put in an unconventional Pokemon in to see if you can get something Girlypop out of them. Honestly, by the end, I feel like I didn't get anything new. I like cows. He looks soft. I would love a plushie of Camerupts, but I'm gonna put Mega Camerupts in okay. Mega Excadrill. Now I know that we like to make the jokes about Excadrill, what with her nails and everything like that. And even when she first debuted here, we were all like, oh, she got the good nails out, you know? But objectively, this aesthetic is not giving Girlypop. All honesty, this is a looks around for me. Garchomp. This is giving model. It is giving model. This isn't Girlypop to me. And I know, Cynthia runs a Garchomp. I'm gonna put Garchomp in looks around. Mega Sableye. I think that this is I'll rank it now. This is a weak Girlypop. I say that because a lot of the Mega Evolutions, what with the fact that they're all coming back with such an energy and there's so much excitement around it, and then in the context of Lumoise, we're just like, yes, give us wigs, give us diamonds, give us reveals, give us, you know, get the big rock out and hide behind the jewel, honey. Petite silhouette, like truly petite silhouette compared to all the other Mega Evolutions. If anything, we see how tiny and cute it is, how much it stands apart for that, even more in this space. You know, honestly, no. I was gonna say that she's being left behind, but as I've been working on the shiny charm, Mega Sableye really does have a huge presence in this game. Sableye itself has a huge presence in this game. It's got a very unique kit like Lopunny. It's got a very unique silhouette compared to all the other Pokemon that get Mega Evolutions. I think that that's a solid Girlypop. I guess what it is there's so much new stuff and there's so much novelty and there's so much coming at all directions that sometimes the girls who are just doing what they've always done really, really well, you can kind of like maybe get scared that they're getting lazy, but I don't get that anymore, no. Mega Mawile is the moment we've been waiting for Mawile. Y'all know that I have a Mawile t-shirt. I love Mega Mawile. I think this is the space that she's always needed to be in. We know that she is like mother territory, but she keeps getting like sort of slighted, what with the generation or like where she sits and things like that. This is her lane, like this is her game. 1, 2, 3, mother. Mega Absol is a point in time. Go back to the video. I made it like a year ago and I still remember what I talked about when I talked about Mega Absol. This is such a cool Pokemon because when I talk about Pokemon, you play Pokemon, I play Pokemon, you have friends who have played a Pokemon before, your coworker who doesn't even know how to turn on a Nintendo Switch has played Pokemon. We all have like different experiences with Pokemon, and Pokemon itself becomes a universal experience because of that.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
So as a product, it tends to do things sometimes that really represent the times that it came out. We talk about that sometimes in some of my like league analyses videos. Absol itself is a product of its time. In the time of us like loving Y2K nostalgia and emo and all this stuff, this is what she's giving. It's giving Death Note. It's giving Evanescence, right? And what I love about her Mega Evolution is that they lean more into it. This is one of like the sort of mothers of the house. I'm gonna put Mega Absol and Mother. I just think in terms of the Mega Evolution conversation, in terms of the Girlypop Mega Evolution conversation, this is one of the mothers of the house. Mega Lucario. I've been really harsh on Lucario because Lucario rests a lot on the fact that she's a movie girl. She's got that sort of Coca-Cola ad campaign where they just put her in so much media that she automatically becomes famous. But I'm gonna be real, she kind of proved that she's one of the most unique Mega Evolutions. Like her official art render
Diva.
is kind of sickening to me. The pose is sickening. She really shines in this game because it's like very much like action battle. I'm gonna put Mega Lucario in okay. Mega Slowbro is an interesting one because I do believe that this is a foreshadow for what we're going to get in the DLC. I don't know if y'all noticed, but Slowking is in the game too. I think that we're going to get a Mega Slowking in the DLC. I don't think that the Mega reveals are done yet. I recorded this on Monday the 3rd, and as of the 6th this week, Thursday, they've already started showing new forms, so I was right. Haha. Mega Slowbro is cute. Mega Slowbro gives kawaii. Mega Slowbro gives goofy. It's also pink. It's round. I know that it's like surrounded by a shell, but it looks really squishy. I think that this is funny. I'm gonna say Mega Slowbro is Girlypop. Mega Sharpedo. Cool design. Can't look past that. We said in the eyeliner conversation, she's the only girl that can do an eyeliner like this. You know, like you gotta give credit to that. And she even enhances the eyeliner a lot too in the sort of moment. But I don't know. I'm not getting enough from her. I'm putting Mega Sharpedo in looks around. Mega Electros. I don't know how to really even verbalize this. I've always been not into Electros. I've honestly thought it's kind of an ugly Pokemon, but this wakes it up for me. This sort of swishy, sort of floaty, like the way that like the sort of things move. And then when you look at the eyeliner, like that is such a fun eyeliner, right? This look is just like Cocomelon to me. It just looks really pretty. Girlypop. You know, a lot of people have been talking about her, hating on her, this, that, and the other. It's giving Magical Girl still to me. And then, what did we say? The shiny better be good. And the shiny was good. I am not going to give her Mother. I'm going to give her Girlypop. Because Starmie is also a controversial girly. But she has, I think, a little bit more fans around her, whereas like Dragonite, I don't know what it is. It fell flat a little bit for Dragonite. I do think the superior Venusaur gimmick form is the Gigantamax. At this point, we've seen girls who debuted early who still hold their Girlypop, and I know that she's a grass type, and I know that there's grass type girlies who love her. This is not a full Girlypop aesthetic. It's not to me. This is okay. This is okay. All right. Charizard X. I was really worried that we were going to get Charizard Z this game. I'm glad we didn't. They've needed to pump the brakes on Charizard. I'm going to give them credit. They have pumped the brakes, but I still need space to heal. Now that I'm doing this video, I'm noticing they do like a sort of rainbow iridescent sheen in the lighting for a lot of these. I think that's really fun. You know, now that we've had a little bit of space and we're thinking about the Mega Evolution category, I'll be real. I'm going to put it in okay. It's got to be looks around. No, it's okay. God, that's hard. I'm putting in a looks around. It just feels weird and okay. It's in looks around. Mega Charizard Y is skip. Mega Blastoise has never been the Girlypop moment. There's this weird thing about Blastoise, the Squirtle line rather, where it was like Girlypop, and then it just skip. And I've had this feeling about Blastoise for a minute. Let's go back to this. I feel like now that we're almost at Generation 10, Blastoise is like, as a starter, we've gotten so many different water types as Girlypops that there were even times where people were like Blastoise apologists. I don't even see them talking about Blastoise anymore. So Blastoise, yeah, that's a skip to me. Mega Malamar, isn't that so cool? She's feeling what a cool Pokemon. This one is cool to me, and the shiny is also really rad too. I think that the trailer and the build-up was way more exciting than its actual reveal in the game. But this is still such a cool Pokemon. She also looks like Tilda Swinton with sickening shoulder pads. I'm gonna put it in Girlypop. Now, I did not expect this at all, because I've always had this feeling about Dragalge. She looks like Chromatica Lady Gaga to me. I've said this before, I'll say it every single time. And when I say that, that means that I will go ahead and accept that people will be 10 years behind knowing the serve, because that's often what happens with Lady Gaga. Is Lady Gaga will do something and there'll be a bunch of people who like it, and then more people who are vocal about not liking it, and then 10 years later those people who don't like it beg for it to come back. That's the Dragalge moment. And it honestly, didn't Dragalge debut like almost 10 years ago? Right. A lot of the Mega Evolution reveals were really cool to me, and I was like, yes, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. But this one left me speechless.
Y'all know what I say about Dragalge. Y'all, this game is too cosmic. This game is too cosmic. It's too much. It's almost too much.
Dragalge, that's mother. I'm warming up to Glalie. At first, I thought Mega Glalie was kind of stupid. Maybe it's like all the like rainbow iridescence that they add to it. Is it Girlypop? No, I'm gonna put it in looks around. Looks around. Ooh. Now when she did her Mega Evolution, oh honey.
I'm gonna cry. Wait a minute. Leave it to Frostlass. Oh my god. That is so cool. I'm telling you, after Charlie XCX did Brat, everything just got more Girlypop. We entered a new timeline. Like,
this is one of a kind. This really is one of a kind. And when I saw this, this was like, oh, somebody has to be watching. Somebody at Pokemon has to be watching the Girlypops, because this was so dense and country. There ain't no way they did this on accident. 1, 2, 3, mother. I still think this is kind of a skip to me, but I just think that all of the Pokemon designs in Legenza just look way better. Like, the Megas all have a certain charm to them, and I can definitely, I can see somebody maybe liking it. Like at this side of the internet, the Girlypops and stuff like that, it looks fuzzy and funny and cute, but it's looks around. Mega Caesar. It's kind of like middle of the road for me. Like, I like the little wings on it. I don't know. It's giving silhouette and stuff like that. I really like Legenza, I guess. Weird, but I'm gonna put it in okay. Mega Pinsir is kind of like Manectric, where it's like, oh, you had a new season to like really show us, and I'm not getting it. I think that Pinsir just looks good without the Mega Evolution. I'm gonna put Mega Pinsir in skip. Mega Heracross is disappointing to me always too. I hate that it loses its heart when it does a Mega Evolution. Like, I feel like that would make it jump up to Girlypop if we had the option of the heart. Makes me lose her all together. Takes it completely off my radar. Mega Heracross is a skip. Mega Hawlucha. Now, is this Girlypop? No. In some ways you can see it as Drag King, and it's also very charming. Her reveal, her build up, her marketing, I think we should talk about that in the Girlypop conversation. It was fun. She gave us a show. Looking now, after beating this sort of base game and everything, I don't think that she's Girlypop. I think this is okay. Now, Mega Scrafty also gives boy, a lot like Mega Hawlucha does. And this is where we always tread the ground. Pretty much every video when we talk about Girlypop is like, it's not a gendered thing. It really is not. It can be very, very feminine, but like, boys can like sort of be Girlypop too. It's about like serving, it's about giving an energy, it's about giving yourself, it's giving your uniqueness, you know? And Mega Scrafty's concept is fashion. What's fun though is like in the Mega Evolution where Pokemon like add things to them that sort of look like it's enhancing their sort of magical capabilities or their combat capabilities. Mega Scrafty just like puts on a new outfit. It's like kind of like Sableye in the sense that it sits apart from the rest of the cast because it does something so unique in its Mega Evolution. Sableye is just like still tiny but gets a big gem out. Scrafty is still kind of the same size but just kind of like adds a layer. And then I actually have the shiny of this one. Ooh, get into it. This is, I think Mega Scrafty is Girlypop. Mega Chandelure, I was, in my head, I had some wish lists, right? If Gothitelle isn't getting a Mega Evolution, then we need Chandelure. I think that Chandelure does like a meta serve, and honestly, like, as I'm doing this video, I'm really getting the chance to like look at the details of some of these, and this is really cool. She's giving like different eye colors, rich and luxe. Like, there's versatility in the Spooky Pop serve of it all. But it also, doesn't it feel like a nod to Chantal? This is a mother moment, and the thing is I can just just go on and on and on about mother moments. I'm happy to see Chandelure here. I think all of us are happy to see Chandelure here. I don't personally run ghost types, but I'm happy to see Chandelure doing what she needs to do. And I know that there's people who don't run ghost types who are Girlypops that are like snaps to that. Mega Aerodactyl. This is another moment where like this game is making me warm up to Pokemon that I've normally just like skipped outright. I like it. It's not gonna go any higher than Looks Around though, I'm sorry. Now this one I want to talk about. I have always said that Mega Steelix is so fascinating to me because it looks like a sort of high fantasy worm, like a high fantasy dragon. The steel iron, the metal that sort of floats around it in its gravitational pull has the sort of effect of looking like clouds, and it looks like a worm just like sort of like flying through the clouds. So when we were going to put it in this game, when it's going to be in motion, when it's going to be able to like move around, I was really wondering how they would make it look. But with the sort of iridescent sheen that they add to all the Mega Evolutions, and the choice that they had to make it be this sort of like moving ring, almost like Saturn's rings or something like that, this is a really fun Mega Evolution. And honestly, I think it kind of serves a lot. When I see this Pokemon, I remember that she's one of Jasmine's Pokemon, right? And I've always thought that like Steelix didn't feel like a Jasmine Pokemon. But now it does. I could see Jasmine running this. This might be controversial, but I'm putting Steelix in Girlypop. I think she really woke it up for herself this season. Aggron. Now, I was talking about how a lot of things look really charming. This I'm not getting charming. This looks very silly. Skip. I'm pretty sure that I've skipped Tyranitar too. The only nice thing about this is I will say that she looked a little bit better. But a lot of girls look a little bit better. Skip. I'm not as mad at Greninja as a lot of people are. I think this is kind of fun, honestly. I think it looks kind of cool when you spin it around. It looks really wild. This is the first time I'm seeing Greninja do something performative other than being like shoehorned in, because at first she was trying to do the Lucario thing, but it's like, girl, you're not Lucario. You'll never be Lucario. So she was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have like a special Ash form, and we were like, girl, that's still not the T. This, I feel like, is the first time I'm seeing her be funny. Like, it's giving like funny Naruto kid in high school. It's performative to me. I'm gonna say that Greninja is in okay for me. I don't know. Mega Phalanx. I think a lot of people are looking past this, but it's in the details. For a new girly, not only in the Pantheon, like a new girl in the Pokemon conversation, because she's Generation 8, I believe, to have a Mega Evolution really says a lot, because I don't see a lot of people talking about Phalanx that much, but I think she really showed this season that we should be thinking about her. It's giving comedy, it's bright, it's colorful, it's cute, it still stays on brand for her. You know, I'm gonna put Phalanx in okay, yeah. I don't know the name of those birds, but I see them on TikTok all the time. Mega Skarmory is the Golden Labubu version of it. The eyes and like the sort of hair coming back, that's so cool. This was the moment for the steel type girlies. Like, I'm so happy to see a steel type trainer in Legenza, Felipe with his chainmail button up. Like, there was just so many sickening moments about this, and I like this. I like this. Now, is it Girlypop? I don't know. Right, so I haven't looked into all the shinies yet, because that's the journey that I'm on right now. Is like, I'm literally 100 away from getting the shiny charm. I wanted to finish the Pokédex before I started this video, but that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. This is the thing about this conversation we're having, is there's a lot of cool stuff, but like, is it Girlypop? Ugh. I'm gonna put Mega Skarmory in okay. This is a big moment for Pokemon in general. She did serve, but is her aesthetic Girlypop? Like, look, we've got so much.
Happy to announce I did get my shiny charm, and this is what I've caught so far.
All right, so Salamence, I'm over it. Skip. So Mega Kangaskhan, out of all the Pokemon, could be seen as like one of the like lamest Mega Evolutions. And I'll be real, I've never liked Mega Kangaskhan. until this game. Mega Kangaskhan kind of wakes it up because they have some of the most fun animations. This is taking what you have and working with it. Just like me, like I'm a internet entity on a budget, for real. I work with what I've got. So like when I see it and I clock it, this is fun. Somebody in like a comment section somewhere said that baby is too grown, and I love it. I think that adds to the comedy of it. I do like Mega Kangaskhan. I'm not gonna put her in mother. I do think that I've put her in mother before, but I do think this is Girlypop. It's fun. Like if I was battling against somebody and she popped out and they were just like, rawr, like I love it. I think it's cute. Mega Drampa. So if you think about the original sequencing of how they revealed these, I'll say this again. I went into this spoiler free because I like to experience it and roll out the reveals the way that they sort of wanted you to see it without spoilers. And when I saw, oh God, sometimes when you get to the side view, you're just like, yeah, that's a moment. When I saw this, I like audibly cursed. I was playing it and like, I was just like playing it. And you know, when you're playing games by yourself, you're just like silent. And when I saw Drampa be revealed in the Vinny battle, I audibly cursed. And that was when I knew that we were in for something crazy. The thing about Drampa is in the Mega Evolution gimmick form, they've already done all of the overdone stuff. They've given Charizard 2 forms. They've done the Generation 1 starters. I know Pikachu isn't talked about yet, but like Pikachu's got a form, Mewtwo's got a form, all that stuff. Garchomp, like even Gardevoir. All of the popular ones have gotten a form more or less. So you really have to dig into the Pokemon that like need attention. The Pokemon that have a lot of potential but are overshadowed by the more popular ones. And Drampa is one of them. Y'all have heard me multiple times go on and on and on about how much potential Drampa has, and here we see it. Drampa looks like a sort of like Edo era Japanese painting of like a mystical worship. And I think that like, I never thought of that for Drampa, but it works. And when I saw this as like the first unspoiled reveal, she was like, hello, are you ready for the gags of the season? Because this is only the first one. Now, I don't think that the aesthetic is Girlypop, but the serve was definitely there. Mega Drampa is okay. Mega Metagross. I don't honestly like how Mega Metagross looks in its Mega form. Famous Steel type girly, but I'm gonna put Mega Metagross in looks around. Mega Zygarde. I do like that she's like sort of like floating. It's like very much giving like anime like sort of crisis moment. You know, like how in anime there's always like the moment where the hero needs to sort of ascend to a new form that suddenly makes them crazy powerful, and it's like super campy. It having a giant cannon on its head or on its shoulders. I want to see a drag queen pull this one off. Or a cosplayer at the next like sort of Comic-Con. Like somebody do that to scale looks around. It was fun when it happened. Now let's talk about the Pokemon that are not in the game yet. I think that there's gonna have to be a part 2 to this conversation because obviously the Mega Pokedex is growing and the DLC I think is gonna add more. The Generation 3 starters are not in the game yet. I don't know if they're gonna add them in the DLC or if they're gonna add them in like future patches or something. But I do think that they're holding off on adding them in for the marketing of it all, frankly. We have to really think about the fact that seeing a lot of these in the game have really sort of made us think of them in different ways. The new animations, the way that they look, the way they act, the way they interact with the environment, it's all very different. I think in maybe part 2, when we talk about this after the DLC comes out, they might move around, but starting with Mega Sceptile out of the 3 of the Mega Generation 3 starters, I think that she serves the most. I'm gonna put her in okay though. Mega Blaziken is also in okay, and Mega Swampert is a looks around for me. It's cute, it's funny, it's big and cuddly. Honestly, that makes it okay now that I say it. Mega Rayquaza, looks around. I think that it looks really pretty, but this is going so far away from Girlypop, I can't find any opportunity for it. Mega Latios and Latias. As much as I want to skip them for abandoning everything that made them fun, I will put them in looks around because it is still Latios and Latias, but those Megas, girl. Why did they do that? With Mega Latios and Latias, doesn't it feel like a big contrast from like when they did that to them to what we got in Legenza with some of the newer girls? I feel like if Latios and Latias got to have their All-Stars moment in Legenza, they would be a lot more girly pop. It's just like there's something different in the zeitgeist. There's something different in the air. It's like post-brat Pokemon, you know? Mewtwo X is Skip. Mewtwo Y is girly pop. I think that we've talked about that before. If not, that's how I feel about it now. And then Chestnut, I want to see what it looks like in game. I feel like some of the girly pops are kind of sleeping on this, but this is giving Druid, especially if the shiny is going to look like what the shiny Chestnut looks like. This can give Springtime Druid. This can give Autumnal Druid. I think that that's fun to do. I'm going to put that in okay. And Delphox, while she's not even in the game, while we haven't gotten to play with her yet, while we don't know what the shiny looks like, while we don't know anything really about her other than the few seconds of clips that we've seen of her, she's already the talk of the town. Mother, if there's any reason why people are going to still be playing this game, because like I said at the beginning of the video, us collectively as a society have the attention span of like 2 seconds long. If there's anyone who is fighting to keep our attention and keeping it in the palm of their hands, is Delphox. Silly me, I forgot to put Mega Pikachu X and Y in this tier list. They look kind of interesting to me. I really want to see what they're going to do in the game. And see, this is why it's kind of hard for me to make full-on like commentary on what these Pokemon will be like, because when I see them in game, it's just like a different moment to me. I'll say that Mega Pikachu Y is going to be, I'm kind of betting that it's going to be a girly pop. The fact that it has these like big sort of electric antennas, I imagine it's going to be like a bouncy, fun, fast caster. Mega Pikachu X, I'm gonna put in okay. It reminds me of like a sort of like a spunky cat for some reason. I know it's a mouse, but like that's the vibe that it gives me.
Hi there, my name is Meganium, a Pokemon that was forgotten in the making of this video. I was really excited to see where I would be placed on the Girlypop tier list, but it seems as though Fawn has left it up to you and I to place myself on this tier list. I do believe that we all know the answer here, so let's say this one together. 1, 2, 3. Mother. Thank you.
That is the Mega Evolution Girlypop tier list. I'm so happy to be back talking about Pokemon. Some of the girls who only follow me on YouTube know that like I show up when there's something to talk about. The girls who've been like hanging out with me on the other platforms and things like that know that I've been so excited to dig into Legenza. I'm not going to be the type of person that's going to immediately post a video the moment it comes out, because I like to dig my heels into something. I feel like for what we talk about, for what we do, I feel like we all kind of like to play the game, get into it, and then all come together here and have a key. You know, I did not know what really to expect with Legenza. I play these games pretty blind, but like now coming out of it, it really feels like they're doing something new with the Mega Pokédex, and that's very exciting for me. I'm excited to see how a lot of these new additions into the franchise go into Generation 10. I know that people have been leaking Generation 10, but please don't leak stuff to me. I just like to see it when it comes. But other than that, that's the video, honey. I have been so excited to make this video, so I'm gonna put a lot of love into it, and I hope that you have a good time when you watch it. Whatever you're up to next, I hope it goes by super, super well. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!